Section 18 of a scientific and practical treatise on American football for schools and colleges by Henry L. Williams and Amos Alonzo Stagg. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Section 18 Rules. Rule 1. A. A drop kick is made by letting the ball fall from the hands and kicking it at the very instant it rises. B. A place kick is made by kicking the ball after it has been placed on the ground. C. A punt is made by letting the ball fall from the hands and kicking it before it touches the ground. D. Kick-off is a place kick from the center of the field of play and cannot score a goal. E. Kick-out is a drop kick, or place kick, by a player of the side which has touched the ball down in their own goal, or into whose touch and goal the ball has gone, and cannot score a goal. See Rules 32 and 34. F. A free kick is one where the opponents are restrained by rule. Rule 2. A. In touch means out of bounds. B. A fair is putting the ball in play from touch. Note: the ball adopted and used by the American Intercollegiate Association is the Spalding J ball. Rule 3. A foul is any violation of a rule. Rule 4. A. A touchdown is made when the ball is carried, kicked, or passed across the goal line and there held, either in goal or touch in goal. The point where the touchdown scores, however, is not necessarily where the ball is carried across the line, but where the ball is fairly held or called down. B. A safety is made when a player guarding his goal receives the ball from a player of his own side, either by a pass, kick, or a snap back, and then touches it down behind his goal line, or when he himself carries the ball across his own goal line and touches it down, or when he puts the ball into his own touch in goal, or when the ball, being kicked by one of his own side, bounds back from an opponent across the goal line and he then touches it down. C. A touchback is made when a player touches the ball to the ground behind his own goal, the impetus which sent the ball across the line having been received from an opponent. Rule 5. A punt out is a punt made by a player of the side which has made a touchdown in their opponent's goal to another of his own side for a fair catch. Rule 6. A goal may be obtained by kicking the ball in any way except a punt from the field of play, without touching the ground, or dress, or person of any player after the kick, over the crossbar or post of opponent's goal. Rule 7. A scrimmage takes place when the holder of the ball puts it down on the ground and puts it in play by kicking it or snapping it back. Rule 8. A fair catch is a catch made direct from a kick by one of the opponents, or from a punt out by one of the same side, provided the catcher made a mark with his heel at the spot where he has made the catch, and no other of his side touched the ball. If the catcher, after making his mark, be deliberately thrown to the ground by an opponent, he shall be given 5 yards, unless this carries the ball across the goal line. Rule 9. Charging is rushing forward to seize the ball or tackle a player. Rule 10. Interference is using the hands or arms in any way to obstruct or hold a player who has not the ball. This does not apply to the man running with the ball. Rule 11. The ball is dead. 1. When the holder has cried down, or when the referee has cried down, or when the umpire has called foul. 2. When a goal has been obtained. 3. When it has gone into touch, or touch in goal, except for punt out. 4. When a touchdown or safety has been made. 5. When a fair catch has been healed. No play can be made while the ball is dead, except to put in play by rule. Rule 12. The grounds must be 330 feet in length and 160 feet in width, with a goal place in the middle of each goal line, composed of 2 upright posts exceeding 20 feet in height and placed 18 feet 6 inches apart, with crossbar 10 feet from the ground. Rule 13. The game shall be played by teams of 11 men each, and in case of a disqualified or injured player, a substitute shall take his place. Nor shall the disqualified or injured player return to further participation in the game. Amendment adopted at a special meeting of the Intercollegiate Association, 1893. No member of a graduate department, nor a special student shall be allowed to play, nor any undergraduate who has registered or attended lectures or recitations at any other university or college, nor by any undergraduate who is not pursuing a course requiring for a degree in attendance of at least 3 years. Rule 14. There shall be an umpire and a referee. No man shall act as an umpire who is an alumnus of either of the competing colleges. The umpires shall be nominated and elected by the advisory committee. The referee shall be chosen by the 2 captains of the opposing teams in each game, except in case of disagreement, when the choice shall be referred to the advisory committee, whose decision shall be final. All the referees and umpires shall be permanently elected and assigned on or before the 3rd Saturday in October in each year. Rule 15. A. The umpire is the judge for the players, and his decision is final regarding fouls and unfair tactics. B. The referee is judge for the ball, and his decision is final in all points not covered by the umpire. C. Both umpire and referee shall use whistles to indicate cessation of play on fouls and downs. The referee shall use a stopwatch in timing the game. D. The umpire shall permit no coaching, either by substitutes, coaches, or anyone inside the ropes. If such coaching occur, he shall warn the offender, and upon the second offense must have him sent behind the ropes for the remainder of the game. Rule 16. A. The time of a game is an hour and a half, each side playing 45 minutes from each goal. There shall be 10 minutes intermission between the 2 halves. The game shall be decided by the score of even halves. Either side refusing to play after ordered to by the referee shall forfeit the game. This shall also apply to refusing to commence the game when ordered to by the referee. The referee shall notify the captains of the time remaining, not more than 10, nor less than 5, minutes from the end of each half. B. Time shall not be called for the end of a 3/4 until the ball is dead, and in the case of a try at goal from a touchdown, the try shall be allowed. Time shall be taken out while the ball is being brought out, either for a try, kick out, or kick off. Rule 17. No one wearing projecting nails or iron plates on his shoes, or any metal substance upon his person, shall be allowed to play in a match. No sticky or greasy substance shall be used on the person of players. Rule 18. The ball goes into touch when it crosses the sideline, or when the holder puts part of either foot across or on that line. The touch line is in touch, and the goal line in goal. Rule 19. The captains shall toss up before the commencement of the match, and the winner of the toss shall have his choice of goal or of kickoff. The same side shall not kick off in 2 successive halves. Rule 20. The ball shall be kicked off at the beginning of each half, and whenever a goal has been obtained, the side which has lost it shall kick off. See Rules 32 and 34. Rule 21. A player who has made and claimed a fair catch shall take a drop kick, or a punt, or place the ball for a place kick. The opponents may come up to the catcher's mark, and the ball must be kicked from some spot behind that mark on a parallel to touch line. Rule 22. The side which has a free kick must be behind the ball when it is kicked. At kickoff, the opposite side must stand at least 10 yards in front of the ball until it is kicked. Rule 23. Charging is lawful for opponents if a punter advances beyond his line, or in case of a place kick. Immediately the ball is put in play by touching the ground. In case of a punt out, not till ball is kicked. Rule 24. A. A player is put offside if, during a scrimmage, he gets in front of the ball, or if the ball has been last touched by his own side behind him. It is impossible for a player to be offside in his own goal. No player when offside shall touch the ball, or interrupt, or obstruct opponent with his hands or arms until again onside. B. A player being offside is put onside when the ball has touched an opponent, or when one of his own side has run in front of him, either with the ball, or having touched it when behind him. C. If a player when offside touches the ball inside the opponent's 5-yard line, the ball shall go as a touchback to the opponents. Rule 25. No player shall lay his hands upon, or interfere by use of hands or arms, with an opponent, unless he has the ball. The side which has the ball can only interfere with the body. The side which has not the ball can use the hands and arms, as heretofore. Rule 26. A. A foul shall be granted for intentional delay of game, offside play, or holding an opponent, unless he has the ball. No delay arising from any cause whatsoever shall continue more than 5 minutes. B. The penalty for fouls and violation of rules, except otherwise provided, shall be a down for the other side, or, if the side making the ball has not the ball, 5 yards to the opponents. Rule 27. A. A player shall be disqualified for unnecessary roughness, hacking, or striking with closed fist. B. For the offenses of throttling, tripping up, or intentional tackling below the knees, the opponents shall receive 25 yards, or a free kick, at their option. In case, however, the 25 yards would carry the ball across the goal line, they can have half the distance from the spot of the offense to the goal line, and shall not be allowed a free kick. Rule 28. A player may throw or pass the ball in any direction except towards opponent's goal. If the ball be batted in any direction or thrown forward, it shall go down on the spot to opponents. Rule 29. If a player when offside interferes with an opponent trying for a fair catch by touching him or the ball, or waving his hat or hands, the opponent may have a free kick, or down where the interference occurred. Rule 30. A. If a player having the ball be tackled and the ball fairly held, the man so tackling shall cry held, the one so tackled must cry down, and some player of his side put it down for a scrimmage. The snapper back and the man opposite him cannot pick out the ball with the hand until it touch a third man, nor can the opponents interfere with the snapper back by touching the ball until it is actually put in play. Infringement of this nature shall give the side having the ball 5 yards at every such offense. The snapper back is entitled to full and undisturbed possession of the ball. If the snapper back be offside in the act of snapping back, the ball must be snapped again, and if this occurs 3 times on the same down, the ball goes to opponents. The man who first receives the ball, when snapped back from a down, or thrown back from a fair, shall not carry the ball forward under any circumstances whatever. If, in 3 consecutive fairs and downs, unless the ball cross the goal line, a team shall not have advanced the ball 5 or taken it back 20 yards, it shall go to the opponents on spot of 4th. Consecutive means without leaving the hands of the side holding it, and by a kick giving opponents fair and equal chance of gaining possession of it. When the referee or umpire has given a side 5 yards, the following down shall be counted the first down. B. The man who puts the ball in play in a scrimmage cannot pick it up until it has touched some third man. Third man means any other player than the one putting the ball in play and the man opposite him. Rule 31. If the ball goes into touch, whether it bounds back or not, a player on the side which touches it down must bring it to the spot where the line was crossed, and there either 1. Bound the ball in the field of play or touch it in with both hands at right angles to the touch line, and then run with it, kick it, or throw it back, or 2. Throw it out at right angles to the touch line, or 3. Walk out with it at right angles to touch line any distance not less than 5 nor more than 15 yards, and there put it down, first declaring how far he intends walking. The man who puts the ball in must face field or opponent's goal, and he alone can have his foot outside touch line. Anyone except him who puts his hands or feet between the ball and his opponent's goal is offside. If it be not thrown out at right angles, either side may claim it thrown over again, and if it fail to be put in play fairly in 3 trials, it shall go to the opponents. Rule 32. A side which has made a touchdown in their opponent's goal must try at goal, either by a place kick or a punt out. If the goal be missed, the ball shall go as a kick-off at the center of the field to the defenders of the goal. Rule 33a. If the try be by a place kick, a player of the side which has touched the ball down shall bring it up to the goal line, and, making a mark opposite the spot where it was touched down, bring it out at right angles to the goal line such distance as he thinks proper, and there place it for another of his side to kick. The opponents must remain behind their goal line until the ball has been placed on the ground. B. The placer in a try at goal may be offside or in touch without vitiating the kick. Rule 34. If the try be by a punt out, the punter shall bring the ball up to the goal line, and, making a mark opposite the spot where it was touched down, punt out from any spot behind line of goal and not nearer the goal post than such mark, to another of his side, all of whom must stand outside of goal line not less than 15 feet. If the touchdown was made in touch and goal, the punt out shall be made from the intersection of the goal and touch lines. The opponents may line up anywhere on the goal line except space of 5 feet on each side of punter's mark, but cannot interfere with punter, nor can he touch the ball after kicking it until it touch some other player. If a fair catch be made from a punt out, the mark shall serve to determine positions as the mark of any fair catch. If a fair catch be not made on the first attempt, the ball shall be punted over again, and if a fair catch be not made on the second attempt, the ball shall go as a kick-off at the center of the field to the defenders of the goal. Rule 35. A side which has made a touchback or a safety must kick out, except as otherwise provided. See Rule 32. From not more than 25 yards outside the kicker's goal. If the ball go into touch before striking a player, it must be kicked out again, and if this occurs 3 times in succession, it shall be given to opponents as in touch on 25-yard line on side where it went out. At kickout, opponents must be on 25-yard line or nearer their own goal. Rule 36. The following shall be the value of each point in the scoring. Goal obtained by touchdown, 6. Goal from a field kick, 5. Touchdown failing goal, 4. Safety by opponents, 2. End of section 18. End of a scientific and practical treatise on American football for schools and colleges by Henry L. Williams and Amos Alonzo Stagg.